you know, I don't want Call of Duty to die. I never want Call of Duty to die. I don't know why people think that, but I do want people to stop playing, speak with their wallets, and basically just say, we're not going to take your bullshit. Like, stop lying to us. Stop gaslighting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of the OG, because he's like an OG Call of Duty player. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that if you follow his channel, but if there was like any of the new people that follow him, he was making COD commentaries. I'm not joking. When I was like 13 years old, and when he was, it was on like Call of Duty 4, like back in 2007. So like he has a lot of passion for what Call of Duty used to be, and so do I as well. And we never want this game to like die or anything. It's just more so we wish it was back to the state that it used to be in, because I feel like a lot of people are missing that. And then there's also a lot of people that are new to Call of Duty probably that come in that never got to experience it in its prime. And it was just a different game back then, at least in my opinion.
Stop ripping us off. Stop dicking the consumer around. That's basically it. And sadly, the best way to do that is to hit them where it hurts. The pocketbook, the numbers. The shareholders don't like seeing the numbers down.
Yeah, like if you don't want to support the game, then like if you want to make change, the only thing you can do is not play the game, honestly. But unfortunately, you have a lot of people that will keep playing the game even though you might hate the game. There's still going to be like those whale consumers that will just keep playing and buying stuff, unfortunately. But once again, you could download Plutonium and go play some of the old CODs.
You see, but we're going to cover all of that as the video progresses. And with the amount of manipulation happening, I don't see how people are still doubting skill-based damage being a thing. I'm going to show you guys some incredible...
It seems like it's a heated topic. It's pretty funny.
I'm talking about as far as how a lot of things we didn't think were true ended up being true with Call of Duty.
The riot shields, dude. Was he playing Kill Confirmed here?
He's kind of like me if I had anger medication.
Some resort? What map is this? What's the name of this map? It's Resort, right?
Up 6 somewhat. But he's been playing the game and covering how XP will just change from lobby to lobby. The double XP weekends are...
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty easily trackable one, I would say. Like if... I think he was saying that Neros, who's another popular Call of Duty streamer or Call of Duty commentator, was like tracking the XP, and like I guess after certain games, even if you got like the same amount of kills or something, like the XP would be more or less. That's pretty trackable, I would say, where you could kind of like you could just go into a game, get like 10 kills and then leave the game, or don't leave the game but just go sit in a corner or something and don't get any more kills, and then see how much XP it gives you for those 10 kills. And then if you do that again in the next game, then you can see like, oh, is it giving me the same XP or not? But that could just be an indicator that maybe XP isn't just solely based on kills, I guess, because it could be XP that's based on many factors. Like it could be kills, it could be kill death ratio, it could be like time on objective, stuff like that. Did you win? Did you lose? Etc. etc.
A complete lie and fabrication. The scariest part of this, though, is not that he's
first match 70 XP, second match 43, third match 96 per up per kill. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the system works. So I don't know if he's able to like look at the XP per kill. Like when the kill happens, do you see like the XP pop up on your screen? Like, I mean, I know it's Call of Duty and you'll see like the plus 100, plus 200, but I'm not sure. Does that like tie into the XP, like your overall XP for the like your ranking up, leveling up?
That's the only way to describe it. Absolutely nothing makes sense.
Because yeah, if you're seeing different XP values popping up on each kill and those do tie into your level, that's kind of a little bit crazy.
He's been covering that and going over it and whatnot. But what's scary about all this is the people that are saying like, it doesn't matter, it's fine, doesn't matter, it's fine. These people that literally will take it up the ass and smile and say, please, Activision, can you fuck me a little harder, daddy? That's the weirdest thing I've ever said on this channel. People will do that, though, and those people...
I mean, unfortunately, yeah, it's just a sad reality. You're going to have a bunch of, like, tryhards, like us, you know, like, we like to try hard and do well in the games, and then you're going to have people who just, like, don't care like this, who will just keep buying shit for no reason, or they don't care if it's based on skill, not based on skill. They just want to like get the skins and then relax and play. So once again, it's an unfortunate reality, and Call of Duty is a hobby for some people to just let off steam, and they just don't care, dude. They're like 40-year-old dudes, or like myself, like 30, 31 years old, that got back from their job. They don't really care. They just want to relax, so they could care less.
Or why we are in the position we are in right now.
But it also annoys me too. Like I would rather have people get on the game that's like, you want to have some competition, you know, make it a little more fun.
comment. This is the dumbest comment. I'm serious. This comment needs to be an NFT.
I get it though. If you want to
Are
just
those things
relax
still
and play.
popular? Probably not. This comment though needs to be printed out and framed. I'm gonna read it verbatim.
All right, he's gonna go over a comment, I guess, of somebody in the community.
This is in reference to the game being rigged.
I'll let him read it.
And the skill-based damage video I uploaded. I really don't care. Sorry, I play the game. It's fun. If they are nerfing me for being a good player, good for the kid that I would shit on otherwise. He is happy and talking shit in chat like he's a good player. Good for him. I won't steal his joy. I'll go play another game and get a perfectly timed, thrown, perfectly placed grenade kill right when I'm about to get a ruthless. Oh well, did I have fun? Yes. I'll go buy every bundle with pretty guns that I like, even though they are shit. So I really don't care. Until the game is not fun, they can do whatever the fuck they want, and you can...
All right, that's kind of a little bit crazy to me. I mean, I'm not sure if that guy might be borderline like trolling or something. I don't know, but I would like to believe he's trolling, that there's not people like that actually exist. But I mean, I get it. Once again, he's just having fun on the game. That's the point he's making. And then this guy probably thinks that all these COD commentators and all the people in the community are overreacting about the skill-based matchmaking and the skill-based damage. And even if it was a thing, who cares, kind of thing. I mean, I get it, but like, still, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know, dude. I always like to, whenever I play games, I like to be competitive. I also like to relax and chill too. So, but if the game, like whether I'm taking a game seriously or relaxing, like I would like the game to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, like for example, I play a lot of League of Legends these days, and I love ranked, and I get very, very competitive. But even if I was playing casually, like in a norm, I would still want the game to be consistent, because it's not fun if you're like signing up for a game that's changing constantly on you while you're playing.
Let's see what I call him here. This man has the IQ of my current thermostat settings, and I keep it a little chilly in the winter to cut down on expenses. This is the type of dude that like cucks out his wife or whatever, and then asks for an autograph from the guy who did it after.
Not the cuck jokes.
Get these people out of gaming. Get them out. I mean, I'm not trying to be
get
mean
these
here,
people
but
out of
bring
gaming.
Back bullying a little bit.
Just bring back
this
bullying.
Instance, I think it's okay.
I get it. I mean, once again, he's an old school COD dude. Like, so the lobbies in Call of Duty used to be ruthless back in the day, and it was just like, I mean, no one got offended, dude. It was mostly just people name calling and just being stupid to each other. But everyone knew it was just a game. You know, I don't know. So he comes from that era. So he probably, like, just seeing the sight of that comment makes him like just cringe to the max, I'm assuming.
Fuck this guy. What an absolute moron. And people like him are why these companies like Activision get away with this stuff.
I mean, it's true though, to the extent of like, if you have somebody that keeps buying the product,
I
like,
understand that there are some people that still doubt it.
buying the stuff that you don't, and supporting the stuff that you don't want them to support, like, it's gonna
made a video
keep
arguing
thriving.
that it's probably not a thing and it's just bad servers. I made a video showing you guys Activision lying to you just in the past month several times, and tonight.
Yes, there's a huge debate, it seems, about like how it could be potentially just bad servers, or it could be like this algorithm for skill-based damage. Once again, it could be both. Like, it could be the worst is actually it could literally be both. It could be that the servers are bad, and then there is also the skill-based matchmaking and skill-based damage kind of like implementation, or it could be one or the other. I mean, I would imagine, just from my opinion, once again, I have no vested interest in this game. I don't play Black Ops 6. I haven't touched Call of Duty in a while, but I would be of the opinion that, yeah, it's probably in the game. Like, it's a big billion-dollar company. What do you think they're going to do? They're trying to get you to play the game even more and buy skins and battle packs and microtransactions and stuff like that. So they're going to do whatever they can. And once again, they have the means and they have the time to focus on it. Like, once again, they have like thousands of developers, and then they already have a recycled game, because they make the same game pretty much every year. So you're able to recycle the content, which then frees up the time of the developers so that they can focus on this kind of stuff. So it's definitely possible. So I would say it's probably in the game, like, especially if there's a lot of people experiencing it. I'm personally a huge fan of, if there's a lot of anecdotal evidence, even though it might be quote unquote subjective, like, there's usually something to it.
Even think that it's a possibility that it's in the game is a bit ignorant. Logically speaking, I think there's a higher chance that it's in the game based on their track record than it's not in the game.
Dude, look at these old school maps though, man. Like 3-lane COD. That is something I miss. Like, this is what a 3-lane COD looks like. You know, it's like, you know, 3 lanes. You get on the middle, you got the left, you got the right, and it's very linear. I just love this, man. Like, just very tight quarters, always action going on. As long as the spawn systems are good, it's really, really fun.
I'm wrong, but like, there's two options.
I feel like that's another thing. Like, I stopped playing Call of Duty since like 2015, 2016. And it just feels like the maps are always like so big and cluttered and stuff, but that's a side point.
Here, either they're dumb as fuck and they suck, or it's in the game. Both options are horrifying to even.
Yeah, he's saying like either the developers probably didn't implement stuff correctly and then the netcode sucks. I think that's what he was saying. Or it's just in the game. So either way you slice it, it's still a pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like you can slice it down the middle, you can slice it this way, the other way. It's at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. Like it still sucks. Either way.
But I want to show you some new evidence here. A lot of people
are
new
evidence, all right.
That skill-based damage is not in the game, and you know they're against it, and they're thinking just people feeling it are loony. I want to show you this
conspiracy theorist, man.
A drifter video back from 2019 on Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
That's another thing, man. Like I don't like how they named Call of Duty, like these new Call of Duties or newer, like they named them like Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. Like no, those are the original That's Call of Duty 4 is Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare 2 from like 2009, 2010. That is Modern Warfare 2. So I hate how they called like these new ones Modern Warfare 2. That's confusing.
This strict skill-based matchmaking system.
I'm an old head, so forgive me.
The creation of Warzone and Modern Warfare 2019.
Dude, I would give anything though. Sorry, I just keep side noting on this. I would give anything to go back to Prime Black Ops 2 so I could experience this game in its full potential. I wish I wasn't, because this is when I was going to college, I remember. So I was like, man, Call of Duty is kind of like they're just not doing the right things these days. It's not the same as Call of Duty 4, blah blah blah. So I just never played this game until like literally the last month, until like the next Call of Duty was going to come out.
Matchmaking was in the game. Why? Because we'd never seen something like this before in the series, and the devs were not talking about it. They were not communicating about it. This was gaslighting 101 by Activision. So many people, Drifter included here, actually said that skill-based matchmaking most likely was not in the game, and that people's feelings don't matter here.
People's feelings don't matter.
Those people turned
facts don't care about your feelings or whatever.
Right. Let me play this clip for you. Pay attention. This is from 20.
Feelings are really real deal, man.
We find out later on, by the way, that they were all under NDA, and if they talked about skill-based matchmaking,
yeah, I mean,
optimized matchmaking, what have you, they would probably be fired.
Yeah, dude, if you're under an NDA, like, and you work at one of these companies, if you're a developer at the company, like, you're not going to be talking about this stuff. Like, no shot. If I was a developer at the company at that time and I had an NDA signed, would I be bringing up like, oh yeah, there's skill-based matchmaking in the game? Like I mean, maybe anonymously or something, but you'd be out the door real quick if that happened. And once again, these developers, man, they don't really have a dog in the fight in terms of like they're just trying to make money so that they can support their family and support themselves and also go home and play video games themselves, you know. So I wouldn't blame developers for not wanting to talk about this stuff, or anybody at the company for that matter.
We're gonna get into that as well. Now, I just have to ask here, for anyone that doubts skill-based damage is in Black Ops 6, before I show you this clip, answer me this question.
All right.
Answer me this question with a factual truth, okay? Why were the devs under NDA about skill-based matchmaking or engagement-optimized matchmaking up until last year? Why were they?
Okay, so I'm just curious to know, were they specifically on an NDA for the skill-based matchmaking? Maybe I missed the part of the video where he said that, but or were they just in general on an NDA? Like you were working at the company, therefore you are not allowed to talk about anything related to the like coding, programming, software engineering, like nothing. Or was it very specific to those topics? If it was specific to those topics, then that's very suspect. But if it was just like a general NDA, then I mean, obviously, like they're not going to let you let out like any trade secrets and stuff like that.
They under NDA for 5 years. Why was the community gaslit? Why did we have to figure it out on our own? Why did we have to hijack a Reddit AMA about Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
I mean, but yeah, of course they're not going to want to put that out in the into the universe, right? Like they don't want people knowing that, hey, we're going to like go ahead and introduce this kind of shady algorithm behind the scenes that's like rigging the system to keep people addicted. So yeah, it would definitely probably be in the best interest of Activision and to, you know, keep that information suppressed.
Free to get answers. Why? I'll tell you fucking why.
Why?
Because this publisher are scumbag motherfuckers that will do anything to nickel and dime the consumer to death, even if it means gaslighting them. Let's roll this clip here.
All right, let's see the clip. Roll the tape.
Aftermath, okay?
The video, which is going around, and there's other videos on Reddit of people doing very similar things, is essentially proof that reverse boosting works. If you're unfamiliar with reverse boosting, that's when you kill yourself a whole ton of times over and over and over again to completely tank your score per minute and KD and everything and ruin everything about your stats so that the game thinks that you're a worse player than you are, and it puts you in easier lobbies.
Seems like a viable strat. Like, I can imagine that potentially working. There's a thing in, like, once again, League of Legends also, where players will like only play 3 games at a time for ranked, so that they don't, hopefully that they don't get picked up by any sort of like algorithms, so that they keep getting high win rate percent players. Because there's a theory that if you play too much and you go on a winning streak, then you'll start getting put with lower percent win rate players. So it sounds like the same kind of thing where you're just like in the game killing yourself in the corner a bunch of times so that you can keep that algorithm away from you, so you get the damage boost kind of thing, or have it work in your favor, I should say.
I ended up getting into a fairly heated argument with Swag on Twitter because
it's just so funny though. So many people arguing in this community. It seems. Even the video I posted, the last video I posted, had so many people like in the comments arguing. I'm like, dude, I'm just a bystander, man.
Feel the skill-based matchmaking washing over my body. If you were a good player, Drifter, if you were born with thumbs and you didn't suck so many dicks, maybe you could feel it too. Well, that's the kind of things that I've been getting from the community a lot, and it's an argument that I fucking despise for anything when it comes to science or data.
Okay, I think he's just upset that, like, not upset, but like he's saying that it's not enough to just feel the skill-based matchmaking. You have to kind of like prove it in some way, which there is a degree of truth to that. Like, just because you feel something doesn't necessarily mean it's true. But I also think it's the same in the inverse. Like you shouldn't just, I don't know, like there is something to if there's a lot of people feeling something and there isn't any like scientific way of proving it, so to speak, it doesn't mean you should just dismiss what people are feeling, you know? So I can understand both sides of the argument.
Topics like
and that goes in general for like literally anything, not just like Call of Duty.
Because it's an argument that doesn't have anything to do with reality.
2 years later, Drifter would not only make a video proving skill-based matchmaking's existence.
Okay, so it looks like he
after, I think he made
got into the science, so to speak,
but he also
and
proved in
it.
Cold War that it would negatively affect your ping levels. It was so strict. The better
that's
you
crazy
got
if that's true. That's
like Cold War, and this is carried over to present-day Call of Duty. The worse your ping and overall connection, as far as latency goes, would get worse to the server. And all this was discovered by feelings. Yeah, people just say this feels wrong. This was discovered. There were tons of naysayers back in the day. You guys don't understand how many people were just saying, skill issue, adapt, get good. And then it would...
What is the saying? Like, everyone thinks you're paranoid, or what is it? You're not paranoid unless if they're really out to get you. Like, you're not paranoid if they're really out to get you, kind of thing. So it's like, how annoying would it have been back in the day if you're like, dude, I swear my gun is just not, it is just not hitting the same way it normally does, and then people are just like smack talking you the entire time, saying, get good, kid, you suck. But it's like, nah, bro, like the algorithms, bro, they're out to get me, the AI. But it turns out, I mean, once again, if you're not paranoid if they're really out to get you.
Was proven true. Like, dude, what do you want? Feelings should not be discredited when hard data
I feel like we're talking about politics here, man.
Missing.
Just like these
feelings, I get that feelings are not scientific.
I feel like I'm watching like Fox News and CNN like debate each other.
But I also know the difference, and I can feel when my aim assist turns off in Black Ops 6 versus when it's working properly. I can't show you that. There's no...
I'm gonna need to see some uploaded documentation, dude. I need to see you upload your fingers playing the game so I can line it up with what's happening in the game, bro.
Way I can even prove that, but I feel it. Do you want to grab my controller as I am playing and feel it too? Do I need to show every incremental
dude, give me the video, send me the video. I need to analyze this
to show you that I am losing aim assist at random intervals, and
I'm quite curious though, so let's pretend, let's just say all this skill-based damage stuff for sure is like legit. Like, what I really do want to know, what is the extent of it? Like, I mean, there's so many things you could tweak, like what he's talking about now, like with the aim assist being reduced. You could like, increase, decrease bullet damage. You could like, what else could you do? I don't even know. Like I'm just curious to know the extent of like what they're actually modifying while it's happening.
Rigged. So The last time I even
you could like increase or decrease the flinch of the gun, right? Like when someone's shooting you, like the flinch could start being a little more crazy.
Black Ops 6 properly, I put it on YouTube here, and it's called the video is called Black Ops 6 Nerf Me in Real Time or something like that. It's on the channel if you want to watch it. I have never felt something like this in 18 years, 17, 18 years of playing Call of Duty multiplayer, or really any other multiplayer shooter. It felt like halfway through the match, everything just went to shit. My aim assist turned off. The shots.
It's funny though, because a lot of people in the I mean, I posted the last video reacting to the other video, and like a lot of people are saying the same thing. So it is quite interesting, like how all of you guys are saying that like in the start of the game it's fine, but then towards the end of the game it just gets out of control or something. So it is quite interesting to see. It's like a similar pattern that you guys are all feeling, I guess.
The damage didn't make sense. At some points I was melting. At other points I was like taking too many
Black
shots
Ops 2
to
though,
kill
man.
people,
This
it
game
seemed
looks
like.
beautiful.
It was bizarre. Not only that, but outside of the feeling parameters, we have clips of this, and most people will say like, "Oh,
dude, look at that, bro! He's dropping 42 kills, 6 deaths." Do they even show the deaths anymore in this game? I don't even know, right? I swear, like in one of the older, like one of the CODs that came out a few years ago, or maybe even Black Ops 6, did they like stop showing the deaths? Like I don't understand that logic. Like I as a player, I would want to see how bad I am doing, and I know they might be hiding that stuff to like protect the player's feelings, like, oh, you don't want someone calling you out for going 1 in 10, you know what I mean? But it's like, dude, come on, that's part of the fun, is like smack talking people who aren't playing well, you know. And then also I as a player would want to see that. Like I would want to look at the 1 in 10 and be like, dang, I need to pick it up, I need to do a little bit better. It's kind of like the same thing with YouTube, been how they like remove the dislikes. Like I just don't get that. So someone let me know, do they hide the deaths in Black Ops 6?
Okay, fine. It looks like lag.
42
like
and that's another thing, because like if you don't hide the deaths, you can see like really good scores like this too, where it's like 42 and 6. Like 42 and 6 is a lot more impressive than like 42 and 30, you know.
But explain to me why the person's not rubber banding around. There's no like packet burst indicators even popping up on the screen. There's no network indicators popping up on the screen. Explain that. Explain to me why we have several clips of it just taking like 20 hit markers sometimes. Sometimes there's no hit markers. Sometimes there's blood, but there's no hit markers. Explain to me why this gameplay I'm showing you from Black Ops 2...
Blood, but no hit. I mean, there is some level of, like, it could be just bugging out. Like, because once again, multiplayer code is very, very complex in how it operates. And there is some sort of tricks that developers will do to make your game experience smooth on your screen, even though it's not like a total accurate representation of what's actually happening right at that specific moment in time. So there can be some weird like desync issues sometimes where like a hit marker goes off, or like, I don't know, like the blood animation on your screen shows up or something like that, but then the bullet didn't actually register. So there's like some nuance there where that kind of stuff can be possible. But I don't know, like, I mean, it could just be a mix of both, you know, like that could be happening as a result of just, you know, netcode, and then also a result of the skill-based damage thing in conjunction. So
fucking 12 years ago on some guys,
you
know, Wi-Fi, Walmart.
Raid. I don't know why I kept calling this map Resort. That was it. Raid.
Downloads Jenna Jameson porn in the other room, has a better hit reg than modern day COD.
Just get good, bro. Just get good, bro. That's all it is.
Melted. Sometimes you get shot and don't take damage despite receiving a damage indicator. It's something
that one's kind of weird though.
Popping up, and let me know if you guys have experienced this. Is like people will be shooting others in Black Ops 6 or whatever, and get like the Warzone armor plate breaking indicator.
That's that one's wild. Like I don't know what that actually means, because I never played Warzone, but I'm assuming there's some sort of like armor like indicator, right, that shows that someone has armor. I'm guessing, right, that has increased defensive stats. So if something like that's happening where you're like hitting somebody and they have some sort of defensive thing popping up that just shouldn't be in the game, or like they do not have that equipped, like I'm thinking back to like old school Call of Duty 4, like it would be like if I saw the Juggernaut symbol on somebody that doesn't have Juggernaut equipped, I'd just be like, what is going on here? So that's a little bit crazy to me, and more of an indicator.
Actually, I've seen that going around. Explain it. Look at this clip right here. And
sometimes my grenades and new tubes get a blue armor mark.
Explain it. Someone explain it, please. I mean, I'm not saying it's skill-based damage, but I am saying
bro, it's obviously the the DPS is decreased because you're shooting through the wall.
Fucked up here.
And then this guy has Full Metal Jacket equipped or something, right?
Probably doing something on the back end.
Yeah, that's a little crazy. That was just like, that dude shot him for like 50 shots, and then he shot him for like 2 shots.
Track record. I don't
know the stats on those guns though, but that was a little interesting to see.
Is a conspiracy theory given the evidence we have of them being not truthful and hiding things from us and using legal speak when they did talk about skill-based matchmaking.
That's another thing I was saying before is like, I think the thing that makes people upset is the legal speak and the jargon. Like, just come out and say directly or one way or another, you know? Like, don't try to be all political about it. That's the thing that people hate it in politics. They hate it in big game companies. I mean, you just hate it in general, right? Like, you just want people to be honest. Like, I'd rather have someone be authentically honest and be like, yeah, we put this in the game, or we didn't put this in the game, you know? You don't have to, like, tiptoe around it.
Guys, in so many lies, why would you trust
That's pretty cool, whatever this effect is.
The fucking game? Why would you
green little night vision thing going on here?
This is not a one-time thing they've done. This is a repeated behavior. But let's segue into part 2 of the video with
part 2, dude. I thought we were on like part 5.
All of this manipulation, all of this bullshit seems to finally be catching up with them.
How so?
Looks like we have defeated one particular enemy, and it's Warzone. And to an extent, Black Ops 6 as well, but we'll cover that last because
I don't even know how many Call of Duties are out right now. Like, there's I don't even know what Warzone is. Like, someone let me know what that is in the comments too, because I have no idea what that one is. Is that the open world one?
Man, everyone that says skill-based...
Forgive me, I'm like a boomer when it comes to the newer CODs.
Matchmaking or engagement optimized matchmaking is there for player retention. It's not, and I've said this before. I'll say it again.
Oh, maybe I could. Oh, they do show the deaths, right? This is Black. Wait, no, this isn't even Black Ops 6, right? This is the X Defiant game. I don't even know. What am I looking at here? Someone let me know. If this is X Defiant, then they're showing the deaths. So that's pretty cool. But if this is Black Ops 6, then that answers my question from earlier, where I was like, oh, do they hide deaths or do they show the deaths?
It's not there for player retention. It's there for whale.
Yeah, what game is he playing right now?
To sell bundles. Player count doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, it technically does not matter. That's why they hide it, because when it goes down, it makes them look bad for shareholders.
Player count, yeah, player count doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't matter. It does matter, but it doesn't. Like, obviously, it matters to get people engaged in your game, but it does not matter at the end of the day if you have a bunch of like whales. And then I'm assuming you guys know what whales are, but that's like the few people in the community that spend the most money on stuff in the like store, like in the microtransactions and everything. So as long as you have a good community of whales, then the Activision and the big companies are very, very happy. You know, they don't really give a crap about how many players are playing their game as long as they're making money. But yeah, I mean, I wish they would show the player count. That'd be cool. I mean, Black Ops 2 used to do that. They used to have the player count showed right on the menu.
Before I even get into this, Fortnite displays their
player
Fortnite,
numbers I guess, does
proudly
too.
And just broke a record concurrent players. Fortnite just
13 million plus, almost 14 million.
That game's been going on for a while as well. So it's not just like, you know, new game hype that we see a lot of games like launch with. Warzone, though, not looking so good. In fact, it's looking really, really bad. I got some intel around Modern Warfare 2 around the launch of Warzone. He's
got the
2.
intel. He's got the inside man. There's a mole inside.
The metrics for Warzone 2 a couple of years ago were so bad they considered pulling support entirely for Warzone. I'm not kidding. I think that's why DMZ even exists. They wanted like a backup plan.
I swear this has got to be X Defiant or something. Right? This is not Black Ops 6 I'm watching, right? This actually looks fun. Like, I don't know what this is, but I'm assuming that this is not Black Ops 6.
Once Warzone got out of
and if it is, then all right, looks fun, but
is that the current Warzone, the thing that just launched, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago, is already dead. I've seen tons of tweets just like this one, which I'm gonna read here. Warzone is dying. I've never seen views this low ever across the board, and people just not enjoying the game. The game is in shambles, and I'm worried for what we have to come. They're about to go on their annual month-long Christmas break, too.
The month-long Christmas break. And then they never come back. Hey, guys, we'll be right back. Just going to go on a break. And then they just literally ghost you guys.
be seeing that and saying, well, that's like fantastical. I've seen this tweet a lot though, coming from Warzone content creators, and let's see if there's any truth to it. Okay, let's go to Google Trends. As you can see, it's in the goddamn toilet.
Gotta pull up the Google Trends map, because they won't even show their numbers.
There, it was such a disaster. It failed and then barely recovered. I'm talking barely recovered. We have not hit the.
All right, so he's basically just going in how it seems that Warzone is declining and it just is not where it used to be, at least based on this Google Trends documentation. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because I get it. Like, he's just saying, basically, I think the point is like, hey, like, guys, if you don't want to support, if you don't want the game to keep doing stupid stuff, then stop supporting the game. Like, stop buying. And it seems like that kind of happened with Warzone a little bit, maybe, where like you guys as the consumers stopped purchasing stuff in bulk, so therefore the game sort of tanked a little bit here. I'm gonna skip ahead to the next section though.
So the whole thing is not looking super good for Warzone, and I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings if you're a Warzone player. Warzone and battle royales need to fuck off for like the next decade at least.
Well, I will say this, like, so okay, Warzone does sound like it's the one that's the battle royale. I was asking about that earlier too. But in my opinion, like, I think it's good for games to try new stuff. You know, got to experiment a little bit. But like, the only one that's good for me for like the battle royale was Fortnite in its prime. Like, Fortnite was pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie, when that came out. But then it's like that's that game's angle. Like, Call of Duty doesn't need to do that. Call of Duty's angle is 3-lane maps that are very like fast paced, right? So I feel like when they try to like bring in these other things that other games are doing, then Call of Duty as itself will lose its identity and it becomes a battle royale suddenly. And it's like, well, that's not what I play Call of Duty for. I play Call of Duty for the 3-lane maps that are very fast paced with like good counterplay on the guns and then like a few kill streaks here and there and so on and so forth. So I think that's just a problem in general that a lot of games are doing. But I understand, because you kind of do want to try new stuff and you don't want to be stale. But it's kind of like it's just a very difficult thing, I guess, a very difficult situation to be in, because you don't want to keep reproducing stale content, but at the same time you don't want to like take too much of other content that is then making your game lose its identity. So I think that's a problem though, is Call of Duty is
sick of them. I'm
losing
sick
its
of
identity,
every
I guess.
FPS coming out and all these
at least from what it used to be.
Saying, well, it needs a BR mode or I'm not playing more. You know what BR stands for? Brain rot. Bumbling reach.
I mean, I liked battle royale games like Fortnite and what was the other one? There's like PUBG came out. I never played that one too much, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's just a different thing. It's like, if you're in the mood to play, it's fun. If you're not in the mood to play that, then I'd rather be playing a fast-paced, kind of just mind-numbing 3-lane shooter like Call of Duty, or some search and destroy or something. You know, I don't know, man. I think like Call of Duty can definitely take some notes from other communities. Like, I'm telling you guys, look at League of Legends. I play League of Legends, or Counter-Strike, man. Like, it's like you play on one map, or at least one map predominantly in CS:GO or in Counter-Strike. But in League, it's like one map that is competitive. And we've been playing the same map for like 10 plus years. So it's like, it's definitely doable. It's just because it makes the game more nuanced and fun when you have repeatability, and then you're able to like develop new strategies and see what's good and so on and so forth. But I don't know if there's just like, I don't know where I'm going with that. It's kind of a side tangent, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is Call of Duty seems like it's going all over the place, but it's like, dude, just stop re-releasing games. Release one game, focus on that one game, and then have a few maps with a few guns, and then make everything like super tailored, at least in my opinion, towards competitive scene. But I feel like Black Ops 2 was actually one of the best, in my opinion, to do it in terms of like just like overall 3-lane maps, good guns, fast gameplay, etc., etc. Like, it seemed like they were more focused on the competitive scene, which I think personally keeps games alive over the long run. But I'm kind of digressing here.
Hard buffoon reject. Bitch tits raisin. Bitch tits is one word. It works. It's just fucking terrible. Stop with the BR nonsense.
I mean, I agree. Like, I would say, like, just keep it out of Call of Duty, I guess, for now. I can understand that.
Hope. Now, I actually do.
Because it's, once again, if you're a Call of Duty, like, fast pace, if you enjoy the fast pace kind of kills, you get reset, you spawn back in, then of course Battle Royale fundamentally as a game is just not going to be fun to you, because like you could drop in, spend 10 minutes being strategic and like not seeing anybody, not 10 minutes, but you could spend a lot of time not seeing anybody, and then you just get like one shot by somebody and then your game's done. So it's just like, where was the fun in that? Not knocking on Battle Royale though, because it's like, I also like Battle Royale. It's just a different kind of game, and you have to be in a different kind of mood.
That Warzone dies, or at the very least gets knocked so far down, they focus on the actual $70 paid product. Maybe they'll get their ass in gear. Maybe they'll stop gaslighting us. But at the same time, I'm kind of worried that they're going to get even more desperate. One can look at this graph here and see that Warzone
pulling up the graphs today,
really
dude,
hasn't hit its highs since Warzone 2, Modern Warfare 2, and yet Black Ops 6 comes out, and that's when the rumors of skill-based damage start happening. That's when the rumors.
I'll probably just end the video. I mean, like, I get what he's saying. It's got a few more minutes left, but all in all, I would just say, like, guys, if you just want to stop supporting the game, like, then you have to stop playing the game. And there's alternatives out there for sure. Like, there's a lot of I know, like, so I know X Defiant was a popular one that people were bringing up. There's a game called Iron Sight, which I actually really like. A lot of people sleep on that game, in my opinion. There's Iron Sight, which you can get on like Steam. It's like a very, very 3-lane kind of old school COD sort of vibe. You can also download Plutonium if you want to like play the old Call of Duties. There's like Black Ops 2, I think Modern Warfare 3. What else? There's like maybe Modern Warfare 2. I can't remember, but you can play with people on PC on the Plutonium client. And then all in all, your boy is also trying to develop like a 3D multiplayer browser game. So I'll try my best to make something that I think is fun and passionate, that I'm passionate towards. And then if anyone likes it, then, feel free to play. But that's a work in progress because I have a full-time job as a software engineer. And then I'm trying to do this on the side. And I'm married. So, it's quite difficult to manage time, but we're doing our best. But anyways, guys, I think that's all I got for today. And see you in the next one.